In this country, resources have become scarce. To control the population, the government takes extreme measures. They start killing newborns and women so there won't be shortages. Some people try to escape the country by hiding near shipping containers. Among them is a woman named Jane, who squeezes into a container with several other people. Because the crowd is too large, her husband and some others are placed into a different container. Jane's husband calls to say he's okay and tells her not to trust the people around them. As they move away, Jane watches police officers beating people. Still, they keep going until their container is stopped for an inspection. Officers board and search several containers but find one empty because these people had hidden a secret compartment under the floor. The officers suspect there might be hiding places and order everyone out, warning that anyone who resists will be killed. Jane stays hidden in the secret space, but many of the others trust the officers and open the door. The officers then start shooting, killing those people and taking the containers onward. Jane remains hidden and manages to survive. Her container is loaded onto a ship and set out to sea. That night, a violent storm hits and several containers are ripped off the deck and thrown into the ocean, Jane's container among them. When she wakes the next morning, water has filled the container. Looking out through a hole, she finds herself drifting in the middle of the ocean with other containers nearby. People inside are screaming as their containers sink. One of the sinking containers belongs to her husband. Jane spends the night in her container. The next day, she finds some food, and that night she gives birth to her baby. She cares for the newborn as best she can, but supplies run low quickly. Eventually, she runs out of drinking water and food. She looks for a way out through the top of the container. Using the drilling machine, she makes several holes in the upper part to escape. Then, with all her strength, she twists it open and finally gets out. Once she's outside, she throws her baby's diaper into the water, and soon, a bunch of fish start swimming around it. Seeing this, Jane tries to catch them using a spear, but she's too weak. No matter how many times she tries, she can't catch even one fish. Exhausted, Jane lies back on the container. Just then, she spots an airplane flying above the ocean, giving her a spark of hope. To get the pilot's attention, she searches the container and finds a piece of broken mirror. But as she climbs up, a sharp metal edge cuts her foot badly. Despite the pain, Jane manages to hold up the mirror, trying to reflect sunlight toward the plane. Unfortunately, the plane is already too far away, and her last bit of hope fades again. Later, she takes a needle she made herself and uses alcohol to disinfect her wound, stitching it up with trembling hands. Then, using several wires, Jane creates a makeshift fishing net. This time, when she throws the diaper again, a fish gets caught in the net. After being hungry for days, even this raw fish tastes like heaven to her. Next, Jane writes SOS on pieces of paper and seals them inside several lunchboxes, tossing them into the sea, hoping someone will find them. That night, she makes a small lamp out of an alcohol bottle to keep her baby warm. Once her baby falls asleep, she finally closes her eyes to rest too. But suddenly, she hears a noise, something bumping against her container. She climbs up and sees that one of the lunchboxes she sent out has come floating back. When she looks inside the container again, she notices water leaking in through a hole. She tries to stop it, but it's too late. The container starts sinking. Jane quickly swims up to the surface, gasping for air. Now, she can't see her baby anywhere. Desperately, she searches around until she hears her baby crying in the distance. Gathering the last of her strength, Jane swims toward the sound and reaches her baby's small craft, but she's so weak that she passes out holding onto it. A while later, a rescue boat arrived. The rescuers spot the baby first and pull her aboard. Then they notice a rope tied to the craft. When they pull it, Jane comes up too. When she finally regains consciousness, she's lying safely in the boat beside her baby. Both of them have survived.